Hey guys, Matt back from RVTravelAdventures.com with another campsite review for you guys. Today we're talking about Fort DeSoto County Park in Pinellas County here in Florida over on the Gulf of Mexico. We're going to run it through our campground rating system and see how it fares up to some of our other favorite Florida state parks. So if you're not familiar with our rating system, first of all, we go ease of entry. Number two is site size, how big were our sites. Our overall site privacy. Our fourth category is always activities within the park, hiking, water sports, restaurants. And then we talk about amenities within the park, the bathhouse, the power, the sewer, the dump station. Six is nearby attractions, and seven would be a rating on would we stay here for a week? Is there enough to keep our interests? And then number eight is our overall reaction. We add up to all those categories in 5 stars, divide it up and give it an overall rating. So let's break down Fort DeSoto Campground. That first category we always talk about is ease of entry. How easy was it for us to get into the park? We gave it 4 stars. The roads are a little bit narrow. It did hit some potholes. The sites are a little bit narrow, not a whole lot of room to swing the truck in. We did see some folks with bigger fifth wheels that had a real hard time getting into some of these waterfront sites. So we gave it 4 stars on the ease of entry, but especially if you've got a bigger rig, leave yourself plenty of time and make sure you've got your patience with you. Overall site size, we again give it a 4 stars. These were pretty good sites. They weren't the widest sites we've ever been in, but they were super long, so plenty of room to get in. Even the big fifth wheels had plenty of room to get the fifth wheel and their truck in, so we give it a good 4 stars on the overall site size. Site privacy came in at only about 2.5 stars. Some of that was because we had a waterfront site that opened up in the back, and we were right on the road, but there was not a whole lot of dense vegetation in between the sites. We could see directly over into the site next to us, which was filled up with a family gathering with tent campers. So they were outside most of the time and spread out, and there was about 8 of them. So they could see right into our campsite. We could see right into theirs. Anybody walking their dogs along the water could see right in and wave at us. So site privacy wasn't the most private place we've ever been. So if you're looking for privacy, maybe take one of the inside sites as opposed to one of the ones on the water. Activities within the park wasn't much as far as hiking, but other than that, it's a big 5 stars. There is plenty for you to do here. We could kayak right out the back of our campsite. We rented kayaks off-site and had them delivered. They do rent kayaks in the park, so you can go rent kayaks over there. There are miles of pristine beaches on the Gulf of Mexico, including a designated dog beach. There are 2 fantastic fishing piers if you're into fishing. There is miles and miles of biking trails, so if you can't find something to do to keep you busy in this park, then you need to look a little bit closer because there is plenty to do. As far as amenities within the park, the bathhouse was clean. We gave it 5 stars. The power dump stations had no issues with any of the things. There's also a nice camp store. The roads were in fairly good shape. The camp store had all your needs. It even had some food items, syrup, pancake mix, ice cream. We enjoyed a nice hand-dipped ice cream cone on a hot summer afternoon. Plenty of firewood. They actually rent fire rings there. They are not provided in your site, but you can rent one for like $5 for the entire stay. So great camp store. So the big 5 stars on the amenities. Nearby attractions, we did give it a 4.5 stars. There's a lot to do if you're willing to drive about a half an hour. You're about a 20-minute drive from St. Petersburg Beach in the town of St. Pete. You're about 40 minutes from Tampa. Lots of stuff in the area, lots of area attractions. It's a beach community, so plenty to keep you going. If you want to go play putt-putt or something, it's going to take you about a 20-minute drive, but there's plenty to do. Would we stay here for a week? We gave it 5 stars. We loved this park. We didn't want to leave. Just the beach alone, the fishing, the kayaking, the mangroves, there is plenty to do in the park. It's a nice relaxing beach weekend, and being only 30 minutes from some of the more touristy areas along the beach, you can get out and enjoy some of the best dining in Florida, those pristine sunsets, boat tours, anything else that you could possibly think of. So definitely would stay here for a week and probably longer. Overall reaction of Fort DeSoto Park was 5 stars. We absolutely loved it here. We had our nephew along with us for this trip, and he did not want to leave either. So we can't say enough about this park. They do take reservations 6 months in advance, but 7 months in advance for residents of the county, which makes it extremely hard for non-county residents to get reservations. But stay on top of it right at that 7-month mark, and you'll be able to enjoy Fort DeSoto Park just as much as we did. Okay, let's total up our scores. So, ease of entry, we gave it 4 stars. No problem really getting in. It was a little tight in a few places. Some of the bigger rigs had trouble, so 4 stars there. Site size, again, was 4 stars. We had plenty of room to move about our site. Some of the ones on the interior were a little smaller, but if you get those waterfront sites, they're plenty big. Site privacy, we only gave 2.5 stars, and that was mainly because of where we were. Along the water, there was a path that ran behind our site. The road was in front, and there was not a lot of vegetation between the sites, so not very private. There were some more private sites in the park, but ours was not very private. Activities within the park, we gave it that 5 stars. Amenities, 5 stars again. Great amenities within the park. Nearby attractions, we gave 4.5 stars. There's plenty to do. It's just a little bit of a drive. Would we stay here for a week? Absolutely. Got a big 5 stars there. And our overall reaction came in at 5 stars. So that gave us a grand total of 4.5 star rating for this park. So make sure you check out Fort DeSoto the next time you're in Florida and enjoy the beautiful Gulf Coast. Thanks for following along. This was Matt from RVTraveladventures.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, right here on YouTube. Make sure you click that like and subscribe buttons. Be safe, guys. We'll see you out there on the road.